Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to the true and living power, which is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of His only begotten Son, and there is no God beside them. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who definitely rule well, who've taught us 100% truth of the scriptures, and honors and citations to the elect Akim doing these works in season, out of season, week in, week out, in sincerity and in truth. So in this lesson, I'm gonna get into this news article here. As you can see, it says the U.S. government may freeze American bank withdrawals as currency panic and capital flight mounts. Macro guru Hu Hendry. But the key thing in here is that they may freeze American bank withdrawals. I mean, you won't be able to take your money out. They'll prevent you from doing them bank runs and grabbing all your cash, because they can do something. Well, when bank fails, you got bailouts and then you got bail-ins. And I think it was the bail-in to where the government doesn't give them money when they pretty much run out of money to bail them. To bail them out pretty much. So it must be bail-ins where they take the money from the people that have money within their bank. And then the next thing you know, you're pretty much asked out. In this lesson, I may look up some examples of when that actually happened in history. Bail-ins. So pretty much to avoid that, everybody does the bank run so that their money doesn't get zapped. Then I'm quite sure you'll have to wait a long, lengthy process to get your money back. So they're gonna pretty much take one step ahead, be a step ahead, and want to freeze withdrawals. As you can see, because it says as currency panic mounts in capital flight. So you know what I want to do? I'm not even going to pretty much get into the article. It pretty much already said, what was it? I think there was one point though. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, obviously if that happens, it's gonna get crazy out here. But the whole point of this lesson is, this is what the men of the Lord have been trying to say through the Spirit and power Yahweh Shai, the Most High Power, His only begotten Son, speaking through us, was to try to tell our people that this place doesn't matter. Don't put your all into this place. Don't make this place your rest. Don't put your blood, sweat, and tears into this place. Don't get caught up in the affairs of this life, because one day soon, out of nowhere, everything you have is going to be taken from you. And if you want to continue to have it, you're going to have to take the MO to the TB, which is the RFID chip. And then if you take that, you literally make the government, these Edomites, your God, because they're going to be able to track you, monitor you, know all your vital signs, know your thoughts, and so forth. So let me get the scriptures real quick. Alright, so you know what? I got something here real quick before I get into the scriptures of just a prior example of bail-ins when the citizens have to pretty much release their assets so that the bank can get back on track. It happened in they're giving an example of Cyprus. So like in 2013. So in 2013, the small island nation of Cyprus in the Mediterranean shocked financial markets with the collapse of its banking system. Banks were closed overnight in the country's, so this thing could happen overnight. It's not going to overtake us as a thief. And as I'm going to get into the scriptures, This is why we don't put our all into this place, man. We don't get caught up in the affairs of this life. You don't get caught up in the hustle and bustle of work. You get what you get to get by, and that's fucking it. And this goes for myself first and foremost, who's recently going through it. I'm like, dude, what am I doing? Now instead of getting in the scriptures, getting in the spirit, I'm looking at a damn schedule, planning out the schedule, and now getting up in business. Like, what am I doing, man? So it's beautiful when things like this come out. A cold, harsh reminder, a beautiful reminder that this place doesn't matter, man. Let me continue to get this and then get into the scriptures. It says, banks were closed overnight, and the country's population was left without access to their money. Unlike the bank failures of 2008, this time was different. This time, the government was not going to step in and bail out the banks. This time, the banks had to bail themselves out first before the government considered any assistance. So because some governments, they don't have the money to be bailing out these banks. They need their money coming in to pay out bonds, savings bonds, to make sure that those people that are retired, that put their money into, and ultimately to the government, that they're promised their interest of putting their money in for retirement. They got to make sure that they're getting paid. They don't want to step on their toes and so forth, man. They got to spending military spending. They don't want to take away from military spending to help some damn banks. So what? It's gonna fall on the citizens. It says this time the banks. When what made the Cyprus banking crisis more significant than it should have been. I want to skip this. Cyprus was the testing ground of EU's new strategy. The severe backlash and popular uprising against bailing out the banks during the last crisis made EU officials determined to find a solution to protect themselves from scrutiny and possible job losses in the future. Forget the fact that the Cyprus bail-ins were a disaster for the country's economy and deposit holders, many of whom witnessed the legal theft of up to 60% of their deposits. By June 2015, all 28 countries in EU adopted the new bail-in rules. From then on, governments were prohibited from supporting banks and financial institutions in their respective countries. You see? So it brought forth economic, just, scratching the surface. It brought forth, where is it here? Brought forth, it was a disaster for the country's economy and deposit holders. So pretty much it was a legal theft. People just pretty much got their money taken straight up. It's crazy, man. So then what? There's nothing left but for all hell to break loose. I would like to go on YouTube and look up when this happened. I'm sure there was riots and all of that shit. Okay, so now let me get into the scriptures. I actually was about to bring this out yesterday in Kent. Started with this Luke 14 and got a couple scriptures. Luke 14 and 16. Then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many. The parable of Yahushua, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready. So, right. So he made a list of his friends trying to throw a feast, trying to get his peoples together. Right? It says, and they all with one consent begin to make excuse. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee, have me excused. Another said, See, so this is just ultimately what? Distractions. He could have bought a new house, which is the affairs of this life, or he could have bought it for business. Right? So his mind is just elsewhere. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee, have me excused. Yup. His head is in the business. When another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. This ninja. Then you got this ninja, man. All up his wife's ass. So as you can see, their minds are just in different places, man. Just caught up in the world. I keep mentioning it, so let me get that. See, we shouldn't be caught up in this place, because it's coming to a screeching halt, man. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai HaMashiach. Yeah, man. Because it's hardness to put off this world, put off the pleasures of the flesh, to continue to stay in the spirit, man. But it's going to pay off. It's absolutely going to pay off. It's going to pay off during Jacob's trouble. It's going to pay off. It pays off every day that we continue to remain with the spirit, and that we continue to grow and build upon our foundation. Right? Verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. See? That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And I brought that out in camp yesterday, man. Knowing the order of things. You got the Most High, you got Yahushai, you got man, you got woman, you got the children. Just like a woman should know what pleases her man as a helpmate, we have to know what pleases our master. The woman's master is the man, the man's master is Yahushai. Just like a woman has to know what pleases her master, we got to know what pleases our master. And it pleases our master to be a soldier. That's pleasing unto him. You know, your wife may do something, know that you like something a certain way. Be like, oh, I'll rock with her, man. I love my wife. You know? Oh, man, I love my wife. She do this, does that for me, does that for me. That's how we need to be with Yahushai. Just doing the things that please him, man. See? So this place never mattered. Let me get the book of Micah 2 and 10. At any moment, all your riches, all you worked for, all your money you got is going to be taken away from your ass, man. Then what you going to have to show for it? Nothing. You're going to be broken and hurt because you put your all into this place. That's why it says here, Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. See? So you're going to get destroyed with a sword destruction here, man. Putting your all into this place. All right? Well, what about how the scripture says it's a breach ready to fall? Isaiah 30 and 13. Verse 12. Let me just get 13. Let me wrap it up. I don't make it too long. Therefore, this iniquity shall be, of course you can start up. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. That's how it's going to feel for you, man. Like you just standing under a building and it just collapse out of nowhere. Great destruction. That's how bad it's going to hurt your spirit. Because you put your all into this place and trusted in this place. Don't put your all in this place, man. It's on its way out. Put your all in Yahweh Shema Shai. The scriptures even say, man, treasures in heaven where moth and rust don't corrupt. Alright? To hell with all this trying to catch up, get ahead or whatever. You know, not saying just be a bum and don't care about it. But don't get caught up in this shit, man. This is edifying with that. I'm going to say shalom.